mistakes, I just make my case. Drops mic when I'm done, one more can I say not bite to my tongue, I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone, either zoned out of zone, and then we could get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip and Shannon, skip the hopping. Took these sports and made it pop. Say alright, undisputed.
Good morning. Welcome to Undisputed. Happy Friday, guys. I'm Jenny Taft. Here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. How we doing?
Yeah, this kind of remind you of the main last night. We two matches, the outfits, I mean, good.
I have no idea what you're talking about. All I care about is Sunday right here on Fox. Big Fox, America's game of the week. We get to watch the GOAT, Tom Brady, beat the faux GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, the faux GOAT.
All I care about, the champions getting stronger.
Who?
You know who the champions are. Stop saying who.
I got Brady. I got him.
He's not champion.
I got cases
Did he
on
just
this
win a championship?
Who?
Tom Brady.
He won one just a couple of years back.
A couple of years back. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, a cheap one.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Now we're giving them grades. Guys, here's the thing. We'll talk Tom, we'll talk Aaron. We have Michael Rappaport here later on the show, Michael Vick as well. But I'd like to begin by discussing all the latest with the Lakers and LeBron James. And yes, the King got his 4th title last weekend, and he could be adding a new All-NBA teammate soon. An anonymous Eastern Conference exec told Bleacher Report that Chris Paul would love to return to LA and that LeBron trusts CP3, and the two would be a good fit on the Lakers. The exec said it'd be worth making the trade happen since other teams in the West are only going to get better. Shannon, how much do you love this?
You get a word, Skip? We the champs, and we always try to improve. We already trying to get stronger. We're not going to rest on our laurels. That's one thing you know about old GOAT James, that he's never satisfied. Skip, I mean, it sounds good. In theory, this sounds great. Watching Chris Paul last year, he still has a lot left. He played unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The risk, but he did. There's normally a risk. Chris Paul normally always get injured at some point. His hamstring, you know, he got bulky hamstring, but for whatever reasons, he stayed healthy. And I think it had a lot to do, Skip, because a lot of people said he didn't have anything left, and he had something to prove. And I believe coming here after the Lakers just won a championship, he was still like, you're not going to lose out on a repeat because of me. So I believe he would be highly motivated. But what you would have to get up off of, you basically going to wipe away all of your depth. And that was the one reason, Skip, I believe they won the title, is because they could play a myriad of ways. They played the whole, they start out playing JaVale McGee, and then all of a sudden they played Houston, and now Keith Morris start. They start JaVale McGee in the Nuggets series, and then they have to go to Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard starts in the finals, and then all of a sudden they go to Caruso. So it was the depth, Skip, that really won them the game, won this title for them, because they could play so many different ways. I mean, you're going to have to get off Kuzma, you're going to have to get off Danny Green. Avery Bradley would have to opt in, so would JaVale McGee. Now, the Kyle Kuzma, I would trade Kyle Kuzma for a 12-pack of Clorox wipes and a Tide stain removal pen, because I am not pleased with the way he played in the NBA Finals. So he could go, and I wouldn't even bat an eye. But I think Rondo, given Skip, and plus Chris Paul a lot. Skip, that's a lot of money. Do they understand that Chris Paul is going to do $85 million over the next 2 years? Do you know what we could get for $44 million this year? Whoo! Bradley Beal out there. You know, I take Buddy Hield. I take Bogey from Sacramento. Skip, look, to have a big three would be great. But I believe Rondo could give us 20 minutes a night, and that's basically what we would need from him, 20 minutes a night. Now, Rondo has an injury history. He seemed a thumb or something. He's always nicked up at some point during the season also, Skip. But I just think that's going to be too much money. It's going to cut too much into the depth in order for the Lakers to make this happen. It sounds great in theory, and I do believe everybody's going to get better in the West, not just the West, the East also. But, Skip, that's too much. I just don't see that happening. I really don't.
Oh, so you don't, after all that, you say Chris Paul is not coming to the Lakers?
I don't see it happening. I don't see that. I would love to. But Skip, no, I'm not. Let me take it back. Given what they would have to give up, no, I don't want to see it.
Well, they wouldn't have to give up what? They just take him, right?
All the depth.
Yeah.
You can't take him. I mean, you know, looking at what they... So Kuzma's gone. I don't have a problem with it. Danny Green, Avery Bradley, JaVale McGee. I mean, what we go... I mean, what is...
Maybe Chris Paul would restructure. There are 1,000 ways with the many loopholes in the soft salary cap that is the NBA's to get it done.
They got mid-level, high bird writing. They got all kinds of
Somehow Kevin Durant joined forces with Steph and Clay and Draymond. I don't know how they do it, but they do it all the time, and it's commonplace, and I believe this will happen. Now, for my biggest picture response to all the above, your man LeBron knows no shame when it comes to seeking and chasing superstar teammates in rings. He chases down unsuspecting victims of his chase down blocks, right?
There you go.
And he chases and chases and chases superstar teammates that would help him get rings because he needs help, more help. What happened, do I have to remind everybody, he took his talents to South Beach because he had to join forces with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. I didn't have any problem with it because I thought he needed that. That's after he had the long run, first go around in Cleveland, and he tried and failed miserably to win a championship there. He said, I got to go here to do this. And he did, and God bless him, he pulled it off. But then he obviously needed to go back to Cleveland because they had, I thought, the best closer in basketball in Kyrie and the best rebounder in basketball in Kevin Love. And that was a pretty good threesome that he joined forces with when he returned to Cleveland. And then he comes to L.A., and obviously the master plan was to get AD up out of New Orleans into Los Angeles, and it worked. And you got every break this year. You had the easiest path to a ring that LeBron has ever had. You got the 5th seed Miami Heat. They lost their leading playoff scorer and their energizer Bam in game 1, and you were off to the races. Way to go. Congratulations.
So you believe if they'd had Dragic, you believe if they'd had a healthy Bam, they would have beat the Lakers?
Been far more interesting. At least it would have been a battle, and it probably would have gone 7 games.
If Skip, it wasn't interesting. They went it's 4-2. You make it seem like they swept them.
They should have swept them.
No, they shouldn't have.
So the point is, I want to remind everybody, LeBron was telling all of his media confidants about a year and whatever it was ago, where are we up to? A year and 4 months ago, that he had Kawhi Leonard. They thought it was signed, sealed, and delivered until Kawhi bamboozled them and joined forces with the team that lives in the basement at Staples Center known as the Los Angeles Clippers. So that would have been LeBron, AD, and Kawhi. That would have been, what, maybe 3 top 5 players? Do you think he could have pulled that off?
Well, I'm glad it didn't happen.
Why not?
Because Kawhi gagged down the stretch. It really been in a close ball game. You said Kawhi is not a closer.
The 2-time Finals MVP. Okay.
Did you not see him against the Nuggets?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
He averaged for the playoffs 28 and almost 10 rebounds.
He only played 2 rounds. We did that in 4 rounds.
The point of all of the above is, when I saw this today, I just sat back and shook my head again because I said, once and for all, this disqualifies LeBron James from the GOAT debate because GOATs don't chase superstar teammates. Michael Jordan was completely content in Chicago for all those years just to say, I'll play with what I got. And he did have a very good player in Scottie Pippen, but he wasn't a top 50 player. LeBron,
yes, he was.
Michael made him a top 50. Oh, stop it. And did they go out and seek? No, they did add Dennis Rodman late in his career. He didn't have much left, but he had enough left to help them rebound.
He led the league in rebounding all 3 years. He was also first team all defense. His first year in Chicago. So tell the whole story.
Okay, I'm telling the whole story. That it wasn't like he was a free agent and Michael recruited him. He didn't care who his teammates were. He just played and he won. And the one glaring glitch in LeBron's resume actually happened his first year here in L.A. when I did say it looks like he wants to be Michael B. Jordan because that's what he played like.
Yeah, no, he did, Skip.
Yes, he did. And he joined a bunch of talented kids, but that could have been his ultimate achievement. If he could have even taken that team the first year in L.A. to the playoffs, I would have said, that's impressive.
Yes, I would have. No, you wouldn't, because you'd have said, if LeBron takes the last year's Lakers to the playoffs, you'd have said Michael Jordan would have won a title with him. No, you didn't.
You know what? The truth is he would have.
No, he wouldn't.
With Kevin Durant injured in the playoffs, I believe Michael would have taken that team to the championship.
Stop it.
In his prime, he would have taken. And
why didn't he take those other Bulls in 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90?
Well, I said in his prime.
Okay, was that not his prime?
Well, in 98, if you took 98 Jordan or 97 or 96 Jordan, he would have taken that team, obviously with Lonzo and
Lonzo
Kuzma,
Ball
who
and
else was there? Brandon Ingram. Yeah.
Hart.
He would have taken that team. Rondo was there, so that would have helped. He would have taken that team, I believe, to the finals and to the championship, because that team would have beaten Kawhi's Toronto Raptors.
Stop it.
Okay, no, I'm starting.
So how they going to beat Golden State?
Well, Kevin Durant was down.
He was not down in the, in the playoffs.
No,
he was down in the finals.
No, he was down in the conference finals, right? Against Portland. Yeah, he was gone.
So, but you'd have had to play him early. You'd have got him in the first round.
Well, I don't know that. Who knows what Michael would have done with that team? Who knows what he would have done? But that was a glitch. And by the way, speaking of glitches, you know, LeBron had really 3 big opportunities to really show me something. And again, I've been critical of him, but he's a great player who always has some flaw. Like he shows insecurity, where if in that first go-round in Cleveland, if they had broken through against Orlando or Boston and won a championship, I can't argue against that. You got me on that one.
No, you found something. You said it took him too long.
Okay, but what happened against Orlando? He hit the shot heard round the world in Game 2, and then slowly but surely he faded into the sunset, and they lost in 6 games.
You say he faded, but he averaged 38, 8, and 8.
Okay, but they're phony numbers. They're misleading numbers. Because I watched those games, and he wasn't there when they needed him.
So in other words, when Jordan was averaging his 40 and they're losing, those were real numbers.
Yeah, in his early years,
yes,
his baby years.
Were they real numbers? You make it seem like LeBron was in year 13.
Again, when Jordan broke through, he would have won 8 straight championships.